Greetings, YouTube. I've spoken about the Steubenville case in the past, and my disgust with the way the public has reacted to it, seeming to show more sympathy for the two convicted rapists than the survivor of their horrific gang rape. But since then, there have been more things that have rolled out of that case, and just recently, and it's very pertinent to this week, some of the things that have come out of this is that the Attorney General Mike DeWine has made a public statement. He said, "How do we hold these kids accountable if we don't hold the adults accountable? It's up to the adults to intervene. It's up to the adults to set boundaries." Which is one of the first times that someone has actually stepped up and said, "Hey, you know, who raised these kids? Who were these kids' leaders, coaches, authority figures?" Because that seems to have been ignored until now. Now, in October, William Reineman was the director of technology at Steubenville, and he was arrested because of this case. In addition, there have been 4 adults being held accountable. 1, Steubenville Superintendent Michael McVeigh, charged with 3 felonies, including tampering with evidence and obstruction of justice. 2, Matthew Bellardine, a volunteer assistant coach, charged with allowing underage drinking, making false statements, and obstructing official business. 3, Seth Fluardi, a wrestling coach and trainer, charged with failure to report child abuse. Lynette Gorman, an elementary school principal, charged with the same. McVeigh, Bellardine, Fluardi, and Gorman will all appear in court tomorrow today on December 6th. I should say, I'm filming this on Thursday. And as this little nice, concise article I'm linking to points out, conspicuously missing from this list of indictees is head coach Reno Secokia. Yeah, Secokia, I think. Has had no criminal charges filed against him at all. And the coach was mentioned by name by the convicted rapists in their attempt to cover up their crime. One text reads, "I got Reno. He took care of it, and shit ain't gonna happen even if they did take it to court." And as the article mentions, not exactly a molder of men. So, when you are in charge of minor children in an official capacity, you are a teacher, you are a counselor, you are a Boy Scout leader, a doctor, a nurse. If you have any legal contact with children, and you are aware that there is abuse going on, physical abuse, sexual abuse, anything, you are legally required to contact the authorities. You don't have an option. There is nothing preventing you from doing this. Nothing. You cannot just say, "Oh, well, you know, I thought it was a bad call, so I wasn't good." No. If you suspect anything, you pick the phone up, and you call the police. That is your legal duty. All right? I've called on people before because I, who had no responsibility, suspected something. And I was right, because people were arrested. But if you have an official capacity, a judge, a teacher, a superintendent, a coach, something like that, it's your job. You have to do this. If doctors suspect something, they have to call the police. That's their job. They don't get to say no. So all of these people failed to do their job. They tried to hide a gang rape. They tried to cover up a gang rape. I can't think of anything worse than that. The only thing being hiding a murder. And why is the head coach not on this list? Can someone explain that to me? You're telling me all these people knew what was going on, were part of this conspiracy, and somehow the head coach miraculously was outside that little envelope? Maybe on an ivory tower somewhere. He got his contract renewed. How is that possible? This case is ugly, no matter what way you look at it. There is no good way to look at this case. But at least there are now starting to be a situation where the adults are being held accountable for what they should have been held accountable for all along. They didn't do their jobs as authority figures, as teachers, as coach, as instructors. They failed to do their jobs as humans. They failed to protect a child. They tried to cover up a gang rape. I can't put any sugar on this. There is no happy ending to this video. At the least, all of these people should be fired and should be prevented from ever having anything to do with children on a legal capacity ever again. I know I would not trust a child near these people because they have shown us that they are not capable of making intelligent, legal choices. That somehow football is somehow more important than the fact that a minor was gang raped.